Hey Vikings fans, SKOL Nation, what's good? It's your boy, hyped up and ready to dive into the wild ride that was the Minnesota Vikings season. From gut-wrenching injuries to heart-pounding victories, this year tested our purple and gold like never before. So, grab your horns, crank up the volume, and let's break down how our Vikings showed the NFL what resilience really looks like. What moment from this season had you screaming at your screen? Drop it in the comments. This season was a roller coaster, folks. Early on, the Vikings got hit hard, key players went down, and the roster was shuffling like a deck of cards. Imagine trying to keep the ship steady when your best sailors are sidelined. But Coach O'Connell and the squad didn't flinch. They dug deep, adapted playbooks on the fly, and kept the team's spirit alive. Every week felt like a new battle, but our Vikings proved they've got the heart to fight through anything. What's crazy is how these challenges built something special. The adversity, it didn't break us, it bonded us. Players, coaches, and fans all rallied together, creating that unbreakable SKOL spirit. You could feel it in the stands and see it on the field. How many of you were at a game, chanting SKOL, until your voice gave out? Let's hear about it. This season showed the NFL that the Vikings don't just play. They fight for every inch. The turning point came when the Vikings started stacking wins against all odds. Picture this, a string of games where every play felt like it could make or break the season. Each victory wasn't just a W, it was a statement. The team's confidence skyrocketed, and you could see the fire in their eyes. Fans, you know that feeling when US Bank Stadium erupts after a clutch play? That's the energy that carried us. Those wins reminded us all why we bleed purple. And let's talk about the players who stepped up big. When the going got tough, new leaders emerged. Guys like Justin Jefferson, who was out there making impossible catches, and unsung heroes on the line holding it down. These players didn't just lead with stats, they led with heart. In those nail-biting moments, they were the glue keeping the team together. Who's your MVP this season? Drop their name below and let's give them some love. The defense? Oh man, they turned heads. Under Brian Flores, our D was a wall, shutting down offenses that thought they had us figured out. Stats don't lie. Opponents were averaging under 20 points against us in key games. That's Viking toughness right there. But it wasn't just about stopping plays, it was about setting the tone. Every sack, every interception felt like a battle cry. Which defensive play got you hyped this year? Then came the finale, a game that summed up everything this season was about. Picture the scene. The clock's ticking, the crowd's roaring, and the Vikings are fighting for one last stand. They pulled off a victory that wasn't just about the scoreboard. It was about proving they could overcome anything. That win was for every fan who never stopped believing. Were you watching that game? Tell me how you celebrated. This season wasn't just about football, it was about family. The Vikings built something stronger than a playbook. Trust, grit, and unity. Every injury, every close call, every comeback forged a team that's ready for whatever's next. You can bet they're already grinding for 2025. What's one lesson you think the team's taking into next season? Share your thoughts. Looking ahead, the Vikings are walking into the offseason with a chip on their shoulder and a fire in their gut. The experience from this year's battles? That's fuel for the future. With young talent, veteran leadership, and the best fans in the NFL, the Vikings are building something special. What moves do you want to see in the offseason? Free agents? Draft picks? Let's talk strategy. SKOL Nation, this season showed the world what the Minnesota Vikings are made of. From the lows to the highs, we stood tall together. So, let's keep the energy alive. Smash that like button if you're proud of our Vikings. Drop a comment with your favorite moment, and subscribe to stay locked in for all things Vikings news. Share this with your fellow fans, and let's keep the SKOL chant going strong. Until next time, SKOL Vikings.